So it was annoying today. I was meant to go to BJJ, Jiu-Jitsu, martial arts. Obviously the trains got cancelled and stuff, so couldn't go. But you get these sorts of days where, things don't go as planned. So what I've done is rather than going home and then maybe sleeping again, I just decided to come to the tennis court here, practice my serves, make some content actually as well. So yeah, the point being just, make the most of what you can. And yeah, I'll actually show you what I do to practice my serves and what you can do or what exercises you can add in terms of, adding power to your serves and stuff like that. It won't be a technical video. It won't be skill-based video, obviously, but it'll have, exercises, power exercises, and we'll talk about why it's important in the serve and where it's important. So I'll talk you through it. So a powerful serve is not about, just the shoulder rotation or your snap or your elbow. It's actually the power is building from the ground up. And hence why, I've got, and I don't have a great serve, or I'm actually learning how to serve as well. And there is a skill component to it, which is, you have to practice a lot. But also equally, if you can start early with, adding some strength and conditioning exercises, power exercises, it'll be easier or quicker to actually get that serve right. And again, I'll show you my serve, and also, again, the form is probably terrible or whatever it is, and that's not the point, because this is not a skill session. We are strength and conditioning coaches here, so we want to focus on the weak points, and actually that'll be a perfect case study for what to add and what's going wrong. So essentially, if you're serving, the movement obviously is ground up, which means your legs drive the power, your hip drives the power, your rotation, your core drives the power, and then the transfer of power goes to your shoulders and your wrist, and then you follow through. So it's not just, you're not just smashing it like badminton. You're actually doing the full movement from ground up and then exploding and then following through as well. So to keep it simple, we can break it down into three components. So one is your leg drive. So when you toss the ball, you're going to push off the ground and then jump. So that is your first part. Then once the ball is in the air and then you're jumping, you rotate with your core and then you follow through. So it's not, you throw and you're hitting like this. So if you throw the ball, toss the ball, you're going to rotate. So that's your core rotation. And finally is where your shoulder comes in. So once you've rotated, your elbow, your shoulder, your arm, you just follow through. So that's the third, that's your shoulder. So I'm adding 3 exercises to my routine to get this, transfer of power from the ground up perfect, or as perfect as possible. And I'll share what those exercises are.
So the first exercise we're going to talk about is the jump squat. Remember, we talked about the power coming from the legs and from the ground up. This is the best exercise, or one of the best exercises to add to your routine, which is fairly straightforward and also will help you with the power from ground up. Now, the goal here is not reps, so it's not 20 reps, 50 reps or whatever. The goal actually is your height, your speed and your power, and essentially explosivity. Now, the second exercise and the second component we talked about was rotation. So the core is the engine of the serve, responsible for taking that vertical energy that you've built up from the squat jump and then convert it into rotational velocity that you need. So basically that snapping movement that you do in your serve when you're up in the air has to be generated by the core, and hence why your core needs to be strong. So the movement that we're going to add, or I add in my routine, is the med ball rotational slam. This is, again, very straightforward, nothing complicated, nothing fancy, just a simple medicine ball that you get in your gym. You just need to focus on the rotation aspect of it and also the power and the explosivity again. Now, the third component in that serve is your shoulder. Because the serve puts so much pressure on your shoulder joint, it is really important to not only strengthen them with overhead presses lateral raises and all that kind of stuff, but also work on the rotation. So your external and internal rotation is very important to keep that shoulder blade healthy and performing. So there you have it, 3 movements that can address your serve from an athletic, functional perspective. Obviously, skill is important as well, so don't ignore that. Don't ignore the practice, but keep focusing and keep adding these exercises to your routine. So focus on your leg drive with the squat jump, your rotational power with the med bow slam, and then your shoulder health with some rotational exercises. If you want any full program, the set, rep, and the exact structure of integrating this into your training, please feel free to DM us or leave a comment, and then we'll reach out to you as well. But train smart, and see you in the next video.